Welcome to Spacious Scaling. We've got a lot to cover today. I'm very, very excited and grateful to have so many of you live. Today, we're going to be covering a lot so that you can spaciously scale your business. That is the whole goal. If you've ever got any questions, anything you need me to break down or clarify, please just pop it in the chat. I'll be looking there the entire time. I just want to make sure, first and foremost, everyone can see the screen clearly. If you can, just pop a yes in the chat and then I'll know, and then we will get on started. But I'm super grateful to have so many of you live with me right now. Amazing. Okay, perfect. Well, let's dive in. So today I'm going to show you the spacious business model that has helped me reach 30K months, but actually now over $100,000 cash months without a packed calendar, and that I've taught to over 300 clients. My intention is for this to be one of the most powerful workshops you have ever watched. This is not going to be one of those fluffy free trainings where you walk away with no real insights, or you're stuck in one big sales pitch for half the time. That's not really how I roll. So just know that from the get-go. So let me guess. Your lead gen and sales currently feels like a roller coaster. You're currently stuck delivering one-to-one to every client. You've hit an income ceiling and need a more leveraged way to increase your revenue without adding more hours. And your revenue feels a little bit unpredictable. Some months are great and others feel like you're starting from scratch. Let me know if you guys are resonating with this right now. And that you don't want to sacrifice your freedom as you scale. I'm curious if any of you currently have a belief that growing means losing time, losing money, or losing sanity. And this really sucks if any of that is the case for you right now, because you know, and I know that you get great results for your clients, but your income just currently isn't matching the level of impact you know you can create. Others are out there hitting 30K months with more ease while you're stuck in delivery mode, relying on referrals or constant posting without those steady sales, right? And deep down, you know that you're capable of so much more. All right, I'm seeing a lot of people agree in the chat, so we're going to fix this. So here's the truth that I want you all to know. The coaching industry has changed. Skepticism is at an all-time high. Information is abundant. Competition is everywhere. Your potential clients are more sophisticated than ever before. They're doing their research. What worked in 2022 just doesn't work the same in 2025. And it's costing you time, money, and energy to keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Who resonates? Because it no longer works to simply post average content, be blasé in your messaging, or dabble in your marketing strategy. We used to be able to get away with that back in 2020 and before then, but today it's different. So if you want to reach consistent 30K per month and create true freedom at the same time, you need a scalable business model that allows potential clients to find you, like you, and trust you really quickly. Otherwise, don't be surprised if potential clients give you objection after objection, leave you on red, and go to your competition, leaving you stuck in the same income ceiling that you have been in for way too long. So if right now you don't have the leads, you don't have the clients or the revenue that you're after in the way that you desire it, that tells me that there are holes in your marketing strategy and missing pieces in your current business model. So who's ready to change that? Who wants to change that today, where you learn how to spaciously scale? Let me know in the chat. I'm going to be reading it the whole time so I can connect with you all. Amazing. Alrighty. So here is why you should stick around, guys. So I built my coaching business to over $1 million organically in under 4 years of starting, with zero prior marketing or business experience. I never went to university or college. I literally almost failed school, and I had no coaching certification to begin with. I was just 22 years old when I started as a mindset coach, helping women to build confidence right as the global pandemic started, which was arguably one of the most uncertain times to start a business. And if you need the evidence, here's screenshot proof of, in a 4-year period, we had reached well over $1 million. And this actually isn't including PayPal and the bank transfers. Like, this is just Stripe alone. And so if I can start at zero under those circumstances, then so can anyone with the right strategy and the right approach that I'm going to be breaking down for you today. But I want you to know, whilst that sounds all well and good, it honestly wasn't always this easy and fun. A lot of that revenue was made after I learned the secrets to scale. Before that, it was, not that fun.
So it's the 26th of August, 2020, and I'm currently trying to start my coaching business. And it feels like I've been trying to start for a year because I have been. And I currently have 4 clients, but only one's properly paying task. And I just find it so hard. It's all I want to do, and I just feel like I can't do it, and I feel like it's so hard, and I don't know what I'm doing. That's the story I keep playing in my head, and I just don't know what I'm doing. The only thing I do know is that I really want to help people with like sales and marketing and business and doing it on my own and figuring it out. It's so hard. I just keep trying and I just feel like no results come. Very deep down, I know it will one day, but I just don't know when or how. And I'm just afraid it will be, 10 years down the track instead of 3 months down the track.
So that was baby Sophia, who just really wanted to help people. And I just didn't understand sales and marketing. And I hated all of it, to be honest. But that's also why I wasn't really making any money. Shortly after that rock bottom moment, and I'm so grateful that I filmed that because it's gone on to help a lot of people normalize their experience. So let me know if you did relate to that or you do relate to that. But after that rock bottom moment, I decided, right, I need to stop crying about this every single day of the week and I need to do something about this. So I booked a call with the only business coach that I knew at the time. And I used a lot of my savings and invested $9,000 to get the help that I needed to grow. I was terrified, but I just knew that something needed to change because my current approach of hating all of the business side of things just wasn't it. Booking that call ultimately changed my whole life because it was there that I truly committed to my business and actually got the help that I needed to grow. I've since invested over $200,000 to learn different strategies to grow and scale in this industry. And now I teach the parts that align for me and resonate to my clients. And I've really learned all of the ways that you can possibly grow from some of the top industry experts out there. So my clients can go straight to what works because I had to test and trial a lot of things. I'm so happy you're here. So today I have a spacious business model with a slow living lifestyle I love, and I'm on a mission to help as many other coaches as possible to create the same. I love the life that I live. I love that I have freedom of choice. And, I built a business that has allowed me to do just that. So today we make over $100,000 every single month. We have a clear calendar most days of the week. I've got amazing client results and a life that I'm truly obsessed with. So I popped a photo of me and my partner, my house, my calendar, our cash flow from last month. So you can get an idea of the kind of lifestyle that I'm living. And I'm actually sitting at that table that you can see in that image right now. It's just a little bit darker. And I'm really, really proud of the client results because it's one thing for me to do this and it's another for my clients to be able to create the same. So I've really helped hundreds of coaches now to hit their first 5K, start their business, make 10K, 30K, 50K, and even $70,000 per month. So I really know a thing or two about helping coaches to start and to grow and to scale. Thank you. You guys are so lovely. And the coolest part that I want you guys to know from the beginning is that this works no matter your niche. So I'm not going to read through these case studies, but I just want you to know that it works for all niches. So Tamika's a nutrition coach. She's thriving. Tamzine's a spiritual business coach. Chantel's an e-com automation coach. Liz is a relationship coach. Isabel's a mindset coach. Ness is a healing coach. Lacey's a nutrition coach, Sinead's a health and wellness coach, and Tammy is a hypnotherapist and transformation coach. So please know that everything I'm going to teach you today it works no matter your niche, okay? So long as you are a coach and you're wanting to provide a service online or you are providing a service online, this process works for you. All right. Let me know, who is your niche? Who do you help in the chat? Please let me know so I can tailor today to you and support you really deeply. And let me know in the chat if you are ready to learn how to make a minimum of $30,000 per month in a way that is spacious. Helping mums and kids, disabled people with their families, health coach. This is incredible, guys. Amazing. Keep that coming. I want to know who you will help. Young professional women with imposter syndrome. Amazing. Very niche, very love it. Parents with behavior at home. Amazing. Personal well-being coach and workplace. Yep. So good. Keep that coming, guys. All right. So $30,000 a month. That's what you guys want with a spacious business model, right? Because it's one thing to make a lot of money and it's another to do so with a lot of spaciousness, right? And that's what I'm really passionate about, because it's not that impressive if you're making $30,000 a month, but you've got no profit, you've got no time, you've got no energy and no personal life to show for it. All right, so let's break down what $30,000 a month actually is. That is $360,000 a year, which is $7,500 per week, and it's $1,071 per day. When you see those numbers, I would just love to get a gauge here on a scale of 1 to 10. How possible does that feel for you right now with your current business model? So the way you price your offers, the way you show up online, the way you structure things, does it feel possible for you to hold $30,000 a month in a way where you've got, a quite spacious calendar as well? All right, we've got some ones. No, okay, no. All right, lots of no's, guys. My goal is that you believe that it's not only possible for you, but that you have a really clear idea of what it's actually going to take to go and do that. Amazing. Yep, you can easily scale past 30K months. Like I said, we're doing over $100,000 a month with this exact process. The first goal is let's get you to 30K with a spacious business model, and then we skyrocket from there. So that's really my approach. Amazing. All right, we've got a mixed bag going on here. So either way, I just want you to know it's possible, whether you believe it or not right now. If I'm doing it, if many of my clients are doing it, and I'm sure you're following other coaches out there also doing that, then please know with the right support and strategy out there, you can too. So let me share with you the framework that has made me over $2 million in the last 5 years, so that you have the exact simple, sustainable, and scalable approach that's going to get you to 30K months on repeat. So I want to walk you through the scalable system. This is my signature method that I've created after investing hundreds of thousands of dollars in myself and testing and trialing so many things over the last 5 years. I've come to create this approach that has supported me to spaciously scale. Who wants that? Pop a yes in the chat. I need your excitement, because I'm going to be sharing so much with you right now. This is your roadmap to a minimum of $30,000. All right. And this is the exact system that my clients use to scale to 30K months as well, without the constant grind of posting content, struggling to convert, or feeling trapped in an unsustainable business model. Instead, this scalable approach creates consistent, predictable income whilst giving you more freedom in both your business and in your life. And this is the exact system that has made me over $1 million organically in under 4 years by age 26 as well, without costing me my health, my lifestyle, or my relationships. In fact, this system actually improved my health, lifestyle, and relationships, because I finally had the money, the time, the energy, the freedom to actually invest in those areas. And the truth is that scaling your business does not require working harder. Who currently feels like you have to work harder to make more money? Just let me know in the chat. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just whether that's your experience right now. Yes, yes. Okay, so you're feeling that. Well, I want you to know that I work the least I have, right? I worked more trying to get to my first 5K month, my first 10K month, because I didn't have this system. Now I work less. That's why my calendar is mostly clear, because I work smarter. And that's what today's all about. It's how can we work smarter? Here's a breakdown of the scalable system. So pillar number 1 is sustainable strategy. That's what we're going to be going through first. So imagine waking up each day knowing exactly what to focus on to grow your business. You're attracting high quality leads daily, nurturing them consistently, and converting them into dream clients, all without feeling overwhelmed or stuck. That is what a sustainable strategy does. All right. So sustainable strategy is broken into 3 core components. We've got the daily lead attractor, which is how you're going to attract ideal clients every single day. We need leads if we want clients, okay? Who agrees with that? Pop a yes in the chat. Then we've got the weekly audience nurturer, because it's one thing to have leads and it's another thing to have warm leads. So we have to have a process to actually nurture them. And the third piece to this is the monthly event engine. This is how you're going to skyrocket your strategy and speed everything up. So let me walk you through the burnout way. So this is what you may or may not be doing right now. And that is constantly creating new content just to stay visible. Who's doing that? Instead, what we actually want to do is repurpose one long form piece of content across all social media platforms. So all I do is I create 4 podcast episodes a month, so 1 a week. We then clip that into multiple different reels and we put that on all social media platforms. I'm not sitting there creating 7 posts a day or even creating a post a day. I just repurpose the long form piece of content that I create and we clip that into lots of different ways so we can impact more people. All right. Who's doing it the burnout way and who's doing it the spacious way? Let me know. Yeah, so draining, right? Now, the other burnout way is doing all of the marketing manually and burning out. Instead, what we want to use is leverage AI. Yes, it can be scary, it can be overwhelming at times, but if you learn how to use it, because it's staying around, and if you don't use it, you will fall behind. We want to leverage that to actually speed up our time. What used to take me hours and hours to create content, I can now do with a much, much smaller period of time because I'm leveraging AI. Templates. I am not sitting there reinventing the wheel every single day, week, and month. I am repurposing. I am leveraging templates to speed up time. And I've got automation in place where necessary so that I'm not manually doing everything. So for example, when a client joins my program, I'm not manually sending the contract, manually sending them a welcome email, manually adding them to the course, manually adding them to the community. Absolutely not. That happens automatically the moment they purchase the entire thing in one click of a button. All right. The other burnout way, relying on referrals and cold DMs to find clients. Who's mostly relying on referrals and word of mouth? Which, by the way, if you are, I just want to say congratulations, because that means you're actually really good at what you do. People do not refer people for no reason. And I'm sure you're experiencing that it can be a little bit dangerous and unpredictable and uncertain to fully rely on it. It's quite exhausting because you're relying on other people to give you clients, which means you are already capped at the amount of money you make. Yeah, it's unpredictable, right? So instead, what we want to do is leverage, for example, simple ads that's actually going to attract leads in your sleep so that you don't ever have to worry about where your next client is coming from. And we also want to, of course, leverage organic marketing, collaboration marketing, but ads is a really spacious way to do it because you don't even have to do the work, right? You just have the ad going and you're going to get leads in your door. The other burnout way is being really general with your messaging. Like I said in the beginning of today, it used to be okay to be really general. Today, that's going to cause burnout. The reason why is because it doesn't work. What really works is being hyper specific and tangible with your messaging. It positions you as an expert immediately, which is going to actually sign you clients way faster. Whereas if you're general and blasé in any shape or form in your content, in your I help statement, or even articulating your offer, you will really struggle to sign clients. So let me know, are you currently more operating from the burnout way or the spacious way when it comes to sustainable strategy? Just type burnout or spacious, and then I will know so I can meet you all with where you are at. All right. Burnout for sure. Burnout. Okay. Well, we're going to turn that around, guys. You're going to learn the more spacious way. So I just want to give a quick example with my client, Becky, right? She's an occupational therapist coach, and she used to feel super exhausted and stuck, right? And then when she started working with me, I taught her the sustainable strategy process, and she implemented an evergreen event funnel, which is something I teach in the monthly event engine. And she is a single mum of 2 kids, by the way, in the UK. And she started making $30,000 a month just through this evergreen funnel whilst traveling the world and homeschooling her 2 children. She leveraged the leads that came through her evergreen event funnel, and then she converted them with conversations via DM or sales calls. And this is a photo of me and her because she actually came traveling all the way from the UK to Australia to visit me. And she just makes so much money now. And she's just absolutely killing it because of this one sustainable process. And my client Tara on the Gold Coast, she is a beauty therapist coach, and she actually started with me at zero. She wasn't making any money. She was in not so great of a situation, but she was super committed, willing to invest in herself, willing to do the work, willing to show up despite a lot of fear, of course. And she went on to make over $310,000 in just 6 months, and now is just absolutely killing it. And she even sent me this screenshot not long ago where over 100 people had requested to join her group. Over 100 ideal clients requesting to join her group. Just incredible. So that's kind of what is possible when you have the right strategy in place. And here's a whole bunch of screenshots just to prove how amazing she's been doing, 20K weeks, $71,000 signed, maybe more, $72,000 since signing up, 3 clients this week, only 2 clients off generating 100K. Like, these are all the screenshots I've received from her over the last year together. So I don't have time to go through all 3 of sustainable strategy, but I will dive deeper into the monthly event engine for you, as this is a really big part of, my process and a lot of my clients' process as well. So let me guess. You are posting every day. Let me know if I'm correct here. Creating what you believe is high quality content, but your DMs are silent and there are no new high quality leads coming in. Let me know if that's you. You spend hours brainstorming, filming reels, writing captions, and yet sales still feel like a struggle. Yep. All right, Paris, let's change that. Here's the big mistake you're making though, guys. Short form content rarely converts. It attracts, okay? So this is where a lot of people are going wrong. They think, I'm posting every day, or I'm posting a few times a week and I'm not signing clients. That's because short form content rarely converts. It attracts people if you do it properly. The truth is, short form content alone rarely builds enough trust to inspire a buying decision. It's like giving someone a puzzle, like one puzzle piece at a time, and hoping that they'll see the full picture. Who gets that? And so this is really where events come in. All right. So let me walk you through a real lead to client journey in the DMs where no sales call was required due to an event being involved. All right. So I want to walk you through this client experience that I had. So this is a real DM conversation. So she messaged me out of the blue and she said, hey, is your 30K accelerator workshop still available for purchase? I see the link is still available, but I just wanted to double check because I know that it's already over, because basically I ran, a workshop live and she could see the dates on there in the bio and I just hadn't removed it yet. And then I said, yep, the replay is available for purchase. And she's like, amazing, I'm going to grab it. So she went and purchased it. Now, no one just goes to someone's bio and sees that and considers purchasing that. She obviously found me somehow, and the content alone led her to clicking on my profile, clicking on the link, seeing that and wanting to purchase it. And it was actually from a short form piece of content, right? Then she purchased it, sent her the replay, and I said, it's 3 hours, so brace yourself. And she's like, amazing, I'm going to start now and finish the rest tomorrow. So that was the start of the conversation. Then I actually asked her how she found me because I got curious. I'm like, the event's over. I wonder why she all of a sudden wants to watch it. And so she sent me the reel. And when I clicked on it, it was actually just a clip from my podcast. So it wasn't some fancy reel that took me 8 hours to create and it was all polished and perfect. It was literally just a clip from my podcast. And what I said in that, 20-second reel really resonated with her. Okay, so that's how I found that out. And then she messaged me the next day being like, babe, this workshop is a game changer. And I said, that makes me so happy. What's your biggest takeaway? And she sent me a couple minutes of voice messages explaining like how mind blown she was from my workshop. Then she actually ended up sharing with me like a week later or so that she had gone on to make $60,000 in sales 1 week after watching the replay, right? after she had just experienced a major dry patch and a sales plateau in her business. That's what she had shared in the voice messages with me, right? So that's how I knew, that's why she wanted to purchase it, because she was feeling so stuck. And she's like, this is the best $44 I've ever spent. I actually calculated that. Well, ChatGPT did. And that is a 136,000% ROI, because she spent $44 and she made $60,000. Isn't that wild? Let me know in the chat if you think that is not super incredible, because I sure think it is. And then what happened is we had a bit of back and forth, and I was like, she was like, I really want to work with you, is essentially what's happened here, right? Because she got that kind of an ROI from one workshop. And I do those workshops every quarter in my program. And it's a 2-day event. And she just got the replay to day 1, right? And so we went back and forth. I invited her into my program because she was the right fit. I don't just take on anyone. And she's like, send the link. I sent the link, and she joined straight into my highest tier of my program. And she's a dream client. I freaking love working with her. No sales call. And she paid in full as well for an entire year. And we've just started working together, and I couldn't love her more. Now, we've been together for 1 week, and look what has happened. And I'm only showing you this, like, sure, it's a great testimonial, but I'm actually showing you this to come back full circle in a minute to show you that this is the power of events. Okay. So these are the messages she sent me saying, I've had some pretty wow moments for sure, but this is the top 3. I barely did anything, biggest month ever. Here we come. Over $20,000 in sales. She just kept signing clients, $16,500 in sales. Anyways, I got this message from her today, and she's like, close to $32,000 in sales after 1 week working together. Okay. This is literally just today. I've screenshotted this. All right. And we've only been working together a week. Okay. That is the power of events. That is why I'm showing you that, because notice I didn't have to follow up with her 5,000 times. Who hates following up? I didn't have to go on a triage call and then a sales call and then another follow-up call. I didn't have to handle, all of these objections. I didn't have to send her 55,000 reels and all of these things. No, she saw one reel, watched one workshop. We had a bit of a chat in the DMs. And there we go. That is the power of events. It's not that I actually did nothing. It's just that my event strategy is so powerful. And this is what I want you to realize. So let me know in the chat, are you leveraging events, online free events or online paid events? Let me know. Or evergreen events, which is just pre-recorded events. Let me know. I plan to. Yeah, let me know now if you want to, if you weren't considering. No. Okay, so this is what we want to do. We want to be running these events, guys. And I hope you can see that I'm having so much fun with you right now. I'm about to have the best hour and a half of my life with you. This is so fun. It's so relaxed. I'm just here to help you. I just want to help as many of you as possible. And I know a small percentage of you will be interested in working with me, and the rest of you are just going to have the best time ever. Either way, it's okay. But this is the cool thing about running events, is you're helping people. You're actually making a difference. Whereas with short form content, of course you're making a difference, but there's only so much you can say in 7 seconds. There's only so much you can write with 2,300 characters for Instagram. There's only so much impact that can be made. But with long form content, it's endless. You can really go deep. Who feels like we're going deep right now, and that you're actually learning, and that you feel like you know me a little bit more now? And we're what? 30 minutes in. All right. So the monthly event engine, this is actually how you're going to attract premium clients consistently without being glued to social media 24/7. I've barely been on social media all day today, right? By leveraging events, you'll create a scalable sales machine that signs high ticket clients with ease. The real power lies in combining live and evergreen events, though, making it easier to scale without sacrificing your precious time. That way, you have a way for people to buy from you every day of the month. If you're not creating opportunities for people to buy from you every month or every day, then that's no wonder you're not hitting those 30K months and beyond. So instead of only relying on one-on-one interactions, You'll be able to serve hundreds of potential clients at once, expanding your impact while working less. And it's funny because when you see the Instagram business coaches, the TikTok business coaches, notice that they actually run masterclasses to sign clients. Isn't that so ironic? They're literally not using the Instagram short form content to sell you. They're not using the TikTok to sell you. They're literally running an event to do so, because that is the thing that converts people, not the short form content. Hopefully that makes sense. So I hope you can see that they're actually running masterclasses to do that. The irony, right? So we are in a trust recession in the coaching industry due to AI and the unregulation in this industry. Too many people have been burned by empty promises, which is why running live events and delivering long form content is so essential. It builds trust, positions you as the go-to expert so that when you make an offer, your audience is actually primed and ready to buy. Google calls this the 7-11-4 rule. 7 hours of content across 11 different touch points in 4 different locations. That is the average approach before someone is in a position to buy. They actually need to consume 7 hours of content on average, right? Of course, there are people that buy faster. For example, that client example I showed you, she actually purchased after 1 workshop. So I suppose 3 hours, right? Some people I have, they don't even finish consuming my event and they've already booked a call or inquired how they can work with me. I can't tell you how often that happens, because the trust is built so deeply, because it's so genuine, right? Where it's easy to be all polished and perfect with a nice branding photo on Instagram, but people get the real you when you're actually delivering value for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours on a call like this. There's a much deeper connection. So where do you stand? Red, I run fewer than 3 events per year and convert fewer than 10% of registrants. Yellow, I run approximately 6 events per year and typically convert between 10 and 20% of registrants. And green, I run between 10 and 12 events per year and typically convert between 20 and 25% of registrants. Pop it in the chat. Are you red, are you yellow, or are you green when it comes to events? Red, thank you so much for being so honest and sharing. Red. All right, we've got some reds going on. So we want to turn that around, guys. We want that to be a green. That's where the 30K months come from. That's where the 50K months come from. That's where the 100K months come from. It's working smarter, not harder. Who can see that events is working smarter, not harder, right? That's why the best of the best, in the industry are running them. Tony Robbins, he runs free live virtual events where tens of thousands of people come. He runs paid seminars in person. They're paid events, right? All of the successful coaches in the industry, you will see that they are running events because it is so scalable. One of my clients, Georgia, she actually made over $24,000 on her first ever event using the monthly event engine. And she had a personalized plan tailored to her offer and her goals, because I love personalizing approaches so that it feels great for each individual. And she mastered the power of presenting these highly impactful signature events. And now she's killing it. She's absolutely killing it. So that was all we have time for when it comes to pillar 1. Now I want to dive deep into pillar 2, which is seamless sales. Who's excited to learn about seamless sales? Who's sick of the salesy sales, feeling like you're selling all of the time and having to be involved in that ickiness? Like, who's over that and is excited to learn a more seamless way to do this? Let me know in the chat. Amazing. So when your sales process is seamless, you will create consistent income without the plateaus. What if you could sell in a way that felt completely aligned? No chasing, no cold DMs, just natural, effortless approaches that turn into dream clients signing up to your no-brainer offer, right? I love your guys' enthusiasm. Paris, Nicole, Laura, you're all incredible. So there's 3 components that go into seamless sales. You might want to write these down. We've got the no-brainer offer. If you want to make sales seamless, have a really good offer. It will do 80% of the selling for you. The second thing you need is the sell via chat method. You need to know how to have authentic and aligned sales conversations in a variety of different ways. You can't avoid sales unless you want to avoid money as well, which actually leads you to avoiding impact. Okay. So you do need to know how to sell via chat, whether that is DMs, sales calls, sales pages. All sales involve a conversation of some description. Just like that conversation screenshots I shared with you before, right? We had a sales conversation in the DMs. It was aligned, it was fun, it was easeful, but it was a sales conversation at the end of the day. And there is intentionality and strategy that goes behind that. She would not have purchased from me if there wasn't a no-brainer offer, if I wasn't able to answer the questions that she has and sell her on the offer and it didn't all line up. Okay. So it's very important you know how to do that. And then the retention builder. If you want to scale in a really spacious way, one of the best ways to do that is to retain your existing clients. You're going to be able to do that if you do a freaking good job at actually just coaching your clients and delivering an exceptional service. I've had clients that have literally stayed with me for years because I know how to retain them because they're getting great results and the program accommodates them long term. These are the things that you want to consider. You want to know how to retain them. You want to know how to upsell them and downsell when necessary. That's what the retention builder is. So I want to walk you through the burnout way and the spacious way to this approach. So the burnout way is selling only through one-on-one approaches and endless follow-ups. Who's currently doing that right now? Whereas the spacious way is actually automating the nurturing with content and events so potential clients actually come pre-warmed. So whenever I'm having a sales conversation with someone, it is very rare that they haven't consumed anything of mine. 9 times out of 10, if someone's inquiring about working with me, it is because they've listened to a few podcast episodes, or it's because they've attended an event, or it's because they're on my email list and there's automated emails being sent out, a nurture sequence, right? That's educating them on me and the process that I teach and giving them a call to action. We want to automate these things so that you don't have to do this approach manually with every single individual. That is the road to burnout. That's the burnout way. The other burnout way is getting ghosted on calls or battling endless objections, which will happen if you don't have a seamless sales process in place. So instead, we want to have a no-brainer offer that does 80% of the selling for you. Guys, if your offer is exceptional, it's going to do all of the work for you, okay? And the other burnout way is feeling this need to over-explain and convince every lead. Who's ever been in that energy where you felt someone is trying to convince you, or you felt that you all of a sudden are accidentally convincing someone else? That's not the vibe that we want to be operating at. Instead, we want to guide qualified potential clients through a pre-call process so they already know, like, and trust you before there's any actual sales conversation, which again makes sales really seamless. So we have time to go through the no-brainer offer piece when it comes to seamless sales. So a good offer has a title, some inclusions, and fair pricing. Who has that right now with their offer? But a no-brainer offer has 5 other components included. So let me walk you through what this is. The no-brainer offer. So your offer should be so irresistible that premium potential clients instantly see the value and say yes without hesitation. To get to 30K plus per month, you want to refine your offer positioning so it naturally attracts ready to buy clients through powerful messaging. You also want to shift from only one-on-one services to actually scalable offers that increase both your income and your impact without necessarily adding more to your plate. I have over 150 clients and I run 2 calls per week to give you an idea of what this can look like. So you want to structure your offer to maximize client retention, increase lifetime value, and create a built-in referral engine. A well-crafted no-brainer offer does 80% of the selling for you, making it easier to sign clients without those pushy sales tactics. So let me walk you through the 5 things. You might want to take notes and pop it in the chat. It's going to help you to remember it and everyone else by you sharing. So number 1 is a promise. So put in the chat the word promise. That's how you're going to remember this, the no-brainer offer. So is the result clear, specific, and emotionally compelling? That is what is so important. So for example, an unclear promise might be, I help you grow your business. That is very vague. What type of business? How much do you help grow it? How do you help grow it? So many questions. That's very vague. Whereas a clear promise might be like that this offer is going to teach you how to sign 5 high-ticket clients per month in your coaching business through Instagram Reels. Made up example. Can you see the difference between the two? One has an unclear and uncompelling promise, and one has a super clear, tangible, and hyper-specific promise. Which one would you buy? The general one or the specific one? I don't know about you, but I ain't going near the general one. Tell you that right now. So I want you to answer in the chat. Are you green or are you red when it comes to the promise of your offer? Are you green? You know exactly like what it is and your ideal clients want it. So they know when they read the promise, they know what it is and they want it. Whereas you're red, if your promise is currently a little bit vague, it has too many outcomes and it's unclear who it's for. Amazing. We've got some greens. That's fantastic. We've got some oranges. We've got some made up ones. Love it. And we've got some reds. So good. All right. Angela, if you're orange, I would say that means we're in the red zone and we want to make it better because it's really, really important that this is on point. Number 2 is having bonuses. So we want to enhance the value without overcomplicating or overwhelming the offer. So do the bonuses solve objections or fast track results? Not just more stuff. No one wants more stuff. No one wants more to do. No one wants more complexity, right? But do the bonuses give more support or help speed up the outcome, like the promise, right? So some examples of some bonuses could be swipe files or one-on-one access or certain templates or a personalized plan. You want to make sure you're choosing bonuses that relate and resonate and are compelling and desirable for your ideal clients. So are you green? You have desirable bonuses included, or are you red where you do not have bonuses included right now? Pop in the chat, green or red. The third piece is to have a guarantee to de-risk the decision. Now, it's not absolutely essential that you have a guarantee. This one is optional, but either way, if you do not have a guarantee, you have to have a reason why you don't have a guarantee, because your ideal clients, some of them may ask, is there a guarantee? Is there this? Is there that? And you need to have an answer for it, because if you don't have an answer for it, the trust is gone. Whereas if you can sell people on why you don't have it, amazing. So what makes your offer a safe decision to buy? Can you offer a results-based or a time-based or a satisfaction-based guarantee? So for example, if you show up and don't get results, we'll support you one-on-one until you do, or a 30-day love it and leave it period, whatever it might be. So if you don't want a guarantee, but you have a reason as to why you don't have it, or you have a guarantee in place, pop green. And if you want a guarantee and you don't have one, pop red. You don't need to be in the business niche to have a guarantee, by the way. Like, you can be in any niche and offer a guarantee. Like I said, a satisfaction-based guarantee, like a love it or leave it, for example. And if you're in the coaching-based industry, at the end of the day, you are helping people get a result, whether it's a mindset result, a relationship result, a health and fitness result. You are helping them to get a result. So you could have this if you wanted to. Amazing. We've got some mixed bag there. All right. So that's something to consider. Number 4 is to have payment plans. So you want to create accessibility for your potential clients without undervaluing your service. So many coaches are undercharging, which is a whole problem in itself, or their payment plan options are just a complete mess and it's not actually supporting you or the client very well. So is the pricing structured for your ideal client's mindset and stage? And are you incentivizing pay in full in a way that feels good and not forced? So for example, I used to not charge any different whether people paid in full or on a payment plan. And guess what? I pretty much never had people pay me in full. And one day I wondered why. I'm like, why did like the options there? Why does no one choose it? I like to pay in full for things. And then I realized it's because I haven't incentivized anyone to do so. So why would they risk that when they don't need to and they actually benefit from paying it off over a long period of time because of inflation and things like that? And when I realized that, I was like, so I changed the structure of my payments, and now I reward those that pay in full by making it a little bit more affordable. And all of a sudden, as soon as I did that, I had more people pay me in full. I'm so here for the payment plan option. That's why I have it as an option. And it's important you do that to create accessibility for your ideal clients. And we want to make sure we're structuring it properly so it makes logical sense what decisions people make. So, is your pricing structured for your ideal client's mindset and stage? And are you incentivizing for pay in full? Simple rule: your pricing should feel like a stretch, but not a stress. Of course, everyone's going to be different. There will be some people where it's just too much of a stress, and that's okay, right? We're talking about our ideal clients here. It's okay for them to feel nervous. I feel nervous every time I invest in myself, and I've invested in myself more times than I can count on one hand and over $200,000. And I still get a little bit nervous, right? But I still do it. And so it's allowed to feel like a stretch. It's allowed to feel like an up level, right? And a little bit scary all at once. So green, I have supportive and clear payment plans in place. Or red, I need to improve my payment plan options. We don't want to give too many options. We don't want to incentivize the wrong thing. We don't want to make it confusing. And we don't want to feel like we're punishing those on the payment plan either. So it has to be done in a really great way. All right, we've got some reds, got some greens. Amazing. So if you're red on any of these things, make sure you write it down so after this workshop, you can make those changes. Number 5 is we want to have ethical and genuine urgency and scarcity. Okay. So are you giving them a real reason to act now? So whether that's limited spots, limited time bonus, start date, or price increasing. We want to avoid fake scarcity or pressure tactics because people can tell. People can tell when it's not genuine and you lose people, right? I know people that use the same urgency every single time. They say every second week that they're increasing their program by $1,000, even though they're not. And it's just not genuine to me. It might work on some people. It doesn't work on me. So I'm all about genuine and ethical urgency and scarcity. Okay. So what I mean by this is I'm really curious. If I gave you all 100 clients tomorrow each, could you take that on? Just pop a yes or no in the chat. If I gave you 100 clients tomorrow, could you actually, capacity-wise, with the way your business is structured right now, do a good job as well, by the way? Okay, most of you are saying no, right? So what could you take on, this month, let's just say, just out of curiosity, with the way that it's structured right now, not how you want it to be structured, the way that it is right now? Could you take on 5, 10, 2, 4? Amazing. So Nicole, you've said 10. So there's your genuine urgency. There's your genuine scarcity, right? So in your marketing, you should be saying that you only have 10 spots available because you do, right? So we just want to know, what is our number? What are we wanting to take on? I can take on lots of people because of the way I've structured it. I actually don't want to though. Why? Because I love doing a very, very freaking good job. I go deep and I go far with each client that comes into my world. I create a personalized, spacious scaling plan for each individual that's based purely on their niche, their goals, their vision, right? I work so closely with each individual, even in a group program. And I just really care about the experience, the intimacy of it all, that I like to only take on a few at a time. Okay. because it does take me time onboarding these new clients, diving so deep into their business. If I'm going to work with them for 3 months, which is one of my programs, or 12 months in another, I need to know everything about them. I need to know what they love, what they don't love, what feels good for them, what doesn't, so I can best support them to get the results that they want. So for me, I know what my number is. I only take on 10 people at a time. And then outside of that, it's up to me when I'm ready to take on another 10. Okay. So that's my genuine urgency. And you need to know what yours is and leverage it. Do you guys want to see a real example of a no-brainer offer? So now I've just taught you the 5 things that go into making it a no-brainer. I didn't go into what makes it a great offer, because there's pieces to that as well, but what makes it a no-brainer, right? They're the 5 things. You want to see what this looks like in action. All right. So you can get an idea. Nicole says, absolutely. All right, amazing. Well, let me share with you. So I just sell my offer on a Google Doc. I don't think it needs to be any more complicated than that. I'm really laid back and relaxed like that. And I think it attracts the right people doing that. So I've just taken a whole bunch of screenshots of it so I can show you. So I've got my genuine urgency at the top, right? Saying 10 spots left, doors close, 5 p.m. Wednesday, August the 20th, right? There's my genuine urgency and scarcity right at the beginning. Then we've got the promise. Remember, I told you about how I have to have a clear, bold, tangible promise. So my promise for one of my programs says, want to scale your coaching business to 30K plus months and create true freedom the simple, sustainable way. That's the promise of the program. And then I go on to say that's exactly what Scale School's for. It's a high-touch 12-month program for ambitious online coaches who are ready to create a spacious business model, impacting hundreds with a clear calendar most days of the week, all without a huge audience, sending cold DMs, or burning yourself out. It's like a sub-promise. Then I've got these like secondary promises, right? Leads every day, sales every week, clients who stick around, and a business that grows without you burning out. Who thinks that sounds good so far? Like, we've got the urgency, we've got the promise, we've got the secondary promises, clarity. And then I say here, I only take on a few people at a time so I can give you the proper support, which means I'm looking for the best fit here. You will thrive in this program if you're ready to take real action instead of guessing every second move. You know you're good at what you do, but you don't have the right strategy to spaciously scale, and you want a clear, proven path that fits your lifestyle, not someone else's hustle plan. This qualifies who it's for. So now you know the outcome. You know that like there's only limited spots, right? So if you were interested, you would need to, be a quick action taker, which is who I like working with. And you know whether this is for you. You're either tick these boxes or you don't right now. Is that making sense? Then the next part of the document is what we cover. So I break it down for those that like a little bit of detail. So I say inside, I'll guide you through my proven method, the scalable system, broken into 3 simple phases. All right. Powerful in its simplicity. I realize I've been overcomplicating things. Amazing takeaway, Karen. Well, this is your opportunity to simplify. My ethos is that if it's not simple, it's not sustainable, and it's not scalable, I'm not interested, because I really care about my life and my spaciousness and the impact I want to create. And I know what I need to be able to do that. So this is having a signature method, very important. Let me know if you have a signature method. If you don't, you're lacking authority when your competition, for lack of a better word, maybe has one and you don't. Okay. So you want to have one. And that's what I'm walking you through today, right? Is my signature method. And it just really creates authority and clarity on the process that you'll take your clients through. And it makes your offer seem more tangible, right? We're in a service-based industry where our words is how we make things tangible. And so if you can show visuals and you can create a method, it just makes it more tangible, which makes people feel like when they're paying you thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars, that they're actually getting something for doing that. Then throughout the document, I break down the 3 phases. So I say your first 3 months are all about fast momentum. We'll kick off with a deep onboarding call so I can fully understand you and your business. Then I will personally build you a 6-week spacious scaling plan with a clear marketing strategy, ideal client profile, no-brainer offer, and 30 money-making content hooks so you're ready to hit the ground running. Then we will refine your no-brainer offer so it sells and repeat, Build your daily lead attractor strategy to bring in aligned leads every day, and set up your sell via chat method to convert leads with ease. No long calls, 1 million follow-ups, or complex funnels required. Most clients sign high ticket clients and make back their investment within the first 60 days, right? So breaking this down for people just gives people that clarity, which helps build trust. Let me know in the comments if this is making sense so far. Phase 2, I'll just skim through this. Next, we scale what's working. We'll launch your weekly audience nurturer so leads warm up and convert fast. Build your monthly event engine to mix evergreen and live events, and set up your retention builder so clients stay longer and refer others. This is where most clients hit consistent 15 to 30K months. And then phase 3, right? Now it's about doing less, better. We'll simplify the back end with the organized back end, save time using plug and play tools using the operations stack, and upgrade your inner world with the identity upgrade to match your next level. This is how you scale to 30K plus months while keeping your calendar clear and your energy clean, okay? We want to feed in the results that your clients can expect to receive, again, so they just feel safe in the buying decision. Who's taking notes right now? Let me know. Then after that, in the offer doc, we want to build authority and credibility as to why they should work with you over all of the other competition out there. So I have just a one sentence as to why me, right? Because, and my whole messaging around this outside of the financial results is really just that, for example, like a lot of business coaches for coaches out there have been in the industry for like 10, 15, 20 years. And so what they learned, what worked for them to get them in a place that they're in now, like it just isn't the same. That doesn't work today. Whereas I've actually started, grown, and scaled in the last 5 years. And so I know how to do it in this day and age without having had 5 other businesses before. And so that's really my selling point that I double down on. And then I show client results, because it's one thing for me to get the results, but who cares about that? What matters is, can my clients get the results? And so I show a whole bunch of different niches: Tara, Becky, Abby, Liz, Lani, Sinead, Chantel. They're just examples, all different types of coaches, so you can see what results they get, so you see what's possible for you. So you want to showcase proof. And then I even link a whole results page, which is just full of thousands of client results. So again, they can really see like what is possible for them. Then I go into the inclusion. So what's included? I just break it down. The biggest mistake I see coaches make when it comes to sharing the inclusions is they just share a whole bunch of inclusions, but they don't actually articulate what outcome the inclusion gets you. No one wants to add things to their list. I don't want to join a program and I'm like, cool, I need to go to 3 calls now, but I will go to the calls if I know why the call is important, what the outcome is of the call, what the benefit is of the call. And so that's how I've structured my inclusion. So 2 weekly intimate group coaching calls, a live Q&A, and a workshop every Tuesday to get hands-on support, real-time feedback, and tailored coaching from me each week, with replays available. Private Facebook group with daily coaching, accountability, and feedback by me in between calls, so you're never stuck or doing it alone. So there's kind of the benefit that being in the program and having the inclusion has, is that so they're never stuck or doing it alone. They can ask questions, get support, and stay on track. Most business programs, you post in the group, but the head coach doesn't actually reply. It's a support coach or just the community. Whereas I make a note to be like, it's actually me that responds to every single post, which is why I only take on a certain amount of people at a time, because again, I pour a lot into each individual despite it being a group program, because I don't really care how scalable my business is if my clients aren't, 1, loving the experience, and 2, getting amazing results, right? Next inclusion, personalized spacious scaling plan. I've already spoken about that. The scalable system curriculum. So my entire signature method that I'm walking you through now, there's a course with every step of that broken down into a step-by-step process. So they have all of the tools, all of the templates, all of the learnings for it that they can implement. Run quarterly 2-day virtual retreats every 90 days, weekly copy review, and monthly social media plus funnel audits, right? And I speak into the benefit. So super important. All making sense so far, guys? Then the very last part of the document is the bonuses that I was speaking about. So I say, because I love to reward quick action takers, if you join now, you're going to get over $2,000 worth of bonus courses for free. The 100 Leads in 10 Days Challenge course, the Booked and Banked 30 Days Challenge course, and a Tech Tutorials course. Now, remember when I was explaining bonuses, I told you they don't have to be essential things, but they have to be extremely compelling things that your ideal clients would actually want. Now, I've had clients that have actually made tens of thousands of dollars from the 100 Leads in 10 Days Challenge course and from the Booked and Banked 30-Day Challenge course. So they're really compelling bonuses. Same with the Tech Tutorials course. So many people say to me, I'm not good with tech. I don't know what tech to use and what to do. Do you teach that? Go figure. There's a whole bonus course on it, right? And for those that join within the period that I have the doors open for, they get that. And I change the bonuses sometimes. So sometimes it changes if they don't join within that period, right? But that's what it is at the moment. And then I just say, we're currently accepting new clients. So if you've read this document and you meet the requirements, apply below. And the really clear next step in bold, colored in green. So it's really easy to just click if they're interested, which they will know by the end of the document whether they're interested or not. Let me know, was that a cool walkthrough of a no-brainer offer, what that looks like? Does it sound compelling? Let me know if you've got any questions on that. When you get this right though, sales will truly start to feel effortless and you can focus on signing clients instead of chasing quantity. We want to chase quality, guys, not quantity. Because this is what's going to give you more time, more income, and create higher quality experience and results for your clients. Thank you for sharing. That was excellent. Amazing. I'm so glad you loved it. Good, good, good. One of my clients, Abby, she actually made $70,000 in her first month working with me and got 31 booked calls within 24 hours from running her second ever event in a private Facebook group that had less than 400 members. You do the maths on that, 400 members is not a lot of people, yet she made $70,000, right? That's because she focused on signing premium high ticket clients over selling little $197 offers. It's a lot. You do the maths on how many $197 offers you would need to sell to make $70,000. It's a lot, but because she charged a premium, she didn't need to have she didn't need to have a super large audience or super large amount of clients either, which kept her workload light. And she started working with me because she had actually burnt out 3 times in a row in her previous business because of doing it about an unsustainable way. And, she's just here articulating how grateful she was for joining the program because she finally had an actual sustainable approach to do it. And I know 31 calls sounds like a lot, but she actually had a sales closer do it for her. So she didn't actually have to do that. So she just ran an event in a group of 400 people and made $70,000. Pillar 3 is simple systems. So we've gone through sustainable strategy, we've gone through seamless sales, and now we're up to the third pillar, which is simple systems. I hope you guys are excited. So picture your business running smoothly with templates and workflows that save you 15 plus hours each week. No chaos trying to find certain documents, manually doing tasks that could very easily be automated or delegated. Just a well-oiled machine that supports your growth. So there's 3 things that go into simple systems. Number 1 is the identity upgrade. This is a system for your brain. This is having your mindset be a reflection of the results that you want. Because if you're operating mindset-wise as a 5K per month coach, then it doesn't matter how amazing your strategy is, you will never reach 30K months. You have to believe that you are capable of it. You have to feel safe in your nervous system to hold it, and you will if you have a sustainable approach and you don't feel like you're going to lose your time and your effort and your freedom in the result of growing. When that's all in alignment, you get to upgrade, right? I don't have plateaus and declines. Like my business just continuously grows because I make sure that my nervous system is calm and that my identity is a match for the results that I say I want. I would not have made $100,000 last month if I wasn't a match for it. But the business can hold it. I can hold it because the way that I've designed my business doesn't create burnout. It creates expansion. Who's with me on that and seeing how your mindset and energetics play such a huge role and how that's actually a system in of itself? The word system sounds so rigid and masculine and scary, but I hope you can hear that it's not. It's just how you operate, either behind the business or in your mind. Amazing. I'm glad it's all landing for you. Literally, I made $100,000 last month, and I can't tell you how effortless the whole experience was. I traveled interstate 3 times. I moved house into this amazing house. I upgraded my house. I bought a car. I celebrated birthdays and weddings, and I celebrated amazing client results. And I put in a lot of effort to my clients, mind you, all in between that, right? But it was such an abundant month. And yet that was the result that we made. And that is possible for you too. And I used to have a belief, and a strong one, mind you, that making more money meant more work, more effort, more hustle, more grind. And guess what? I wasn't growing my business during that time. My income stayed at the exact same level for a while because my belief kept me there, that anything more than that was unsafe. The moment I unlocked that, I didn't have to work more. I just was able to receive more and not subconsciously block it or self-sabotage. Who understands that? Next thing is the organized back end. I am your typical Virgo. I've been organized since I came out the womb, guys. I am such an organized freak, and my clients will tell you. And you have to have an organized back end of your business if you want to be making 30, 40, 50K a month, right? If your shit is everywhere and you can't find stuff, you've got hard drives, USBs, your desktop, Google Drive, OneDrive, all these things, that's chaos. It needs to be in one place, streamlined, organized, labeled. I'm going to walk you through that shortly. And then the template hub. Again, I'm not repeating tasks, repeatable tasks. Oh my God, there's a template, guys. It's either automated, it's delegated, or it's templated. So I can use the templates. I'm not sitting there redoing the same thing over and over again. So the burnout way, like I pretty much just said, manually doing everything yourself. Who's manually doing most things themselves right now? Instead, we want to automate your onboarding, admin, and using simple systems that save you 10 plus hours per week. All right, we've got some manual doers here. The other burnout way is tracking clients in notebooks, spreadsheets, or messy docs. We want one system where your clients are. All of my clients are in one table. I know exactly where their revenue's at. I know if they've been showing up or not, and we hold them to a really high standard to make sure that they're supported, they feel seen, they feel acknowledged. All that's tracked. I know how much they've paid, where they're up to in their payments. I know when they started, when they're finishing. All of that is in one simple system, and it's automated, right? Because I really care about client results. No one is just a number. And so our table demonstrates that, so we can make sure they're not plateauing and they're actually growing. And I don't see many programs do this, but it's super important. So I teach this process to my clients so they can also deliver exceptional client experiences. So instead, the spacious way is using one clean client hub to manage everything in one place. Manual, messy, and back end is chaos. Oh my God, Karen, I'd love to help you. I will help you in a second. And then the burnout way is creating everything from scratch every time, like emails, posts, scripts. Instead, we want to use templates and repeatable assets so you're not reinventing the wheel all of the time. All right. So my guess is right now, based on everyone's comments, that your business is working, but it's chaotic. You're making money, serving clients, and showing up consistently, but behind the scenes, it's a mess. Your content creation, lead generation, and client management are all dependent on you. If you stop, the business slows down, or worse, stalls completely. And that's the problem. Scaling isn't about doing more, guys. It's about setting up simple systems that remove you as the bottleneck. So here's how you know if your systems are holding you back. You'll constantly feel like there's too much to do and not enough time, so you procrastinate or avoid tasks altogether. You spend hours on repetitive tasks like content creation, lead nurturing, and onboarding when they could just take minutes. Your Canva, Google Drive, and business processes are disorganized, making everything take longer than it should. And every month feels like you're starting from scratch because you don't have a repeatable, scalable process in place. And the irony is you got into business for freedom, but because you're still doing everything manually, your business is running you instead of the other way around. Let me know if that's a big fat yes, where you're like, yep, that's me. I need help here. Just let me know in the chat so I know where you're all out. The fix, though, is to have these scalable, simple systems in place. So when I talk about systems, I don't mean complicated tech, rigid structures, or 101 subscriptions. I mean repeatable processes that make scaling effortless, templates that save you that 10 plus hours each week, automated client onboarding that runs without you, and a simple organized content system that allows you to show up consistently without reinventing the wheel each month. This is exactly what I help my clients to implement. All right. So let me walk you through this. Because of the spacious business model I have in place, this is my calendar most days of the week. Sure, sometimes there's a one-on-one call when a new client joins, the occasional sales call, and all of that. But most weeks, this is what it looks like. I go to my Pilates class every day. I run my 2 calls a week and I have a lot of free time. And I use that free time to support my clients deeply and live my life. You know, it's important I get 8 hours of sleep a night. It's important that I can go for a walk, catch up with my friends, have date nights with my partner, and serve my clients. This is why I believe I'm able to give them such a deep and personalized experience because of the way that I've set things up. Who wants a calendar like this? Let me know in the chat. So I have time to go through one last area, which is the organized back end. All right. So that's what I'm going to go through. Amazing, guys. So this is an insight to my brain. Are you ready? So these are some of the things that what I mean when I say an organized backend. We want to have your web browser bookmark tab in folders instead of having 1.5 million tabs open and feeling overwhelmed. If you've got lots of tabs open right now, you need my help. Google Drive. We don't just want all of the documents in there and you can't actually find things because things aren't labeled properly. I have 4 folders. That is it. And inside there's folders within those that are really clearly organized. So I know where everything is. If you gave me a task right now to find XYZ document, sub 10 seconds, I'd have it open because I know where everything is. Your Gmail. My inbox is at 0 99% of the time. Why? Because I'm not subscribed to spam and things I don't need. And once I've dealt with the email, which I have the time and capacity to deal with, I archive it, right? And that's why it's at 0 most of the time. Then for launches, like running events, I put everything all in one document. I don't have 5,000 links. My team isn't lost and can't find things and we don't know where things are. No, it's all in one document. Super simple document. My clients use this exact document every single month and so do I. And it just makes things way easier. You just fill out the document and your whole launch is set up. Then for photos and videos that my team use to help make reels or make ads, I'm not doing those things, but they do need access at a click of a button to this content. So I use Google Photos and I have 2 folders. One says videos, one says photos. I upload all the business related content there. And that way my ads manager can get a video at a click of a button to use for an ad. It means my VA can get a video to make a reel. So I'm not doing that. And everyone just has access to it. When someone is editing my website, I just give them access to this folder so that they can use the photos that they want to use. Same with my Google Calendar. It is color coded. Work is green, personal is blue, routine is gray, for example, right? This is what I mean by an organized back end. Who likes this so far, feels like they could, use some of these things, whether it's the Google Drive, the Google Calendar, the Google Photos. I just use Google for everything, nice and simple. With Canva, I also use folders. I don't know about you guys, but I find Canva so clunky with like the 1.5 million designs. So I folder it so I know where everything is, right? I love this, guys. I'm loving the chat right now. So I've got thumbnails in a folder, client graphics that we make for clients in a folder, all of the modules from my course in a folder, the free workshops I do in a folder, the social media content in a folder. So me and my team can find stuff straight away. And let's not unnecessarily complicate business, right? The last thing we need is 5,000 different softwares to get things running. I literally have made millions of dollars and my to-do list lives on Apple Notes because it's simple. I have no issues with Apple Notes. I don't need a complex funnel or thing like that. Like I literally just use Apple Notes and my whole business is run on that and it's completely fine. Karen, I'm not sure my inbox has ever been at 0. My goodness, we've got to archive all of that. So yeah, this is literally, I took a screenshot of my to-do list. This is what it looks like. You know, create a spacious scaling plan for my new client, Lisa. Prepare content day for my client, you know, who I'm helping out tomorrow. Plan and record a podcast episode. Finalize these slides, which is done. And, you know, filming a breakdown of a 100K month for my clients so that they can implement the exact strategy and learnings and process. So that's my to-do list. So where do you stand after seeing all of that? You're red if your back end is chaotic and disorganized. Yellow, some structure exists, but things still feel really clunky and inefficient. And green, your business runs smoothly with simple, effective systems in place, right? Let me know. Are you red, yellow, or green? Okay, more yellow, 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 red, red, red. The most red you've ever seen. Lol, that's hilarious. Well, I'd love to help you. Most coaches don't have the business they desire because they haven't mastered all 3 pillars that make up the scalable system. When you master these 3 pillars and the 3 components within each, your business doesn't just grow, it literally transforms. You will wake up excited knowing that you are building a coaching business that's aligned, scalable, and impactful all at once. When you do this right, like when you master the scalable system, potential clients literally reach out to you, eager to work with you without needing every detail about your program. You wake up to messages in your inbox saying, how can I join your program? Or I'm in and I'm ready. Your client list grows effortlessly and you even have a wait list of people ready to work with you. I've got clients who have a whole folder of the stuff they learned from me. People saying they manifested me, saying they're sold just in the DMs, saying they're so happy they signed up, and that they're sending gifts of excitement after paying me. This is just, you know, it's the best feeling ever when, you know, you've built this kind of reputation. I love that you're all just becoming friends in the chat. I'm so here for it. And people recommending me publicly in groups. Opportunities will flow to you. You'll be invited to speak at events. This is me speaking in front of hundreds of people and speaking at retreats that I ran. Business becomes fun. You feel energized, aligned, and excited every day, and you have more freedom and income than you ever imagined, creating space for the life that you've always dreamed of. Guys, I literally have so much free time that last month I went and ran a half marathon spontaneously, just like on a random Thursday, because I'm like, well, I've got so much time, so I'm getting back into running. And I literally just did that. And, you know, you need a good few hours available to be able to do something like that. And I was able to do that, you know, and I just love that I have the freedom of choice to be able to do spontaneous and fun things like that. So at this point, I hope you can see the absolute importance of implementing the scalable system if you want to scale your coaching business sustainably to 30K months and beyond. But my bet is that you didn't just attend this event to gather more information. I'm sure that you showed up here because you're ready for 30K months sooner rather than later, right? For those of you that want my help scaling your coaching business using the scalable system, I'd love to share how I can help you do just that. If we work together, we are going to start by installing these essential 4 systems into your business in the first 90 days so that you can start signing more dream clients and increasing your income right away. Number 1 is the daily lead attractor. If you want to make money anytime soon or reach your next income goal, you need high quality leads. And that's why we implement the daily lead attractor. Then we're going to implement the no-brainer offer, because if you want to have an enjoyable time signing clients, your offer needs to do most of the work. And so we want to nail that. Next is the sell via chat method. So you can have a variety of aligned ways for your audience to buy from you every day. Sometimes I'm on a plane and I love to still be able to make money, which is why I have automated ways. You know, sometimes I'm not in a position to do sales calls. That's why I have an offer dog. I can sell in any way that I desire because I have all of the approaches. So I can pick and choose what I have capacity for and what I have desire for. So if you're a mum right now juggling 2 or 3 kids and your life's very full and you don't have time for sales calls, there's other ways to sign clients. And if you have capacity for that and you desire it, then you can learn how to do that, right? And then the organized back end, because I'm sure you can see now how you're going to save so much time when the back end of your business is actually organized without feeling constantly overwhelmed. Here's the thing. Knowing what to do is one thing, but having a clear, personalized roadmap to implement is another. So if you would like to work with me or see if working together is the right fit, you've really enjoyed today and you can see where there's room for growth and you can see how the scalable system can help you personally to be able to grow and scale your business the simple, sustainable way, I invite you to book a call with me. I have 10 spots available to work with me right now. Once the spots are gone, they are gone. We're closing the doors until I desire and am ready to take on more people because, as I said, I have a one-on-one with all new clients where we go super deep into their business and then I build a personalized spacious scaling plan, which takes me another few hours on top of that so they know exactly what to do for the first 6 weeks and then have my support every step of the way there just so they can start getting results quicker, right? It's important to me my clients get a quick ROI so that they can scale. So it's a first in best dressed. Obviously, there's a lot of you here. So just scan this QR code so that you can go ahead and book in a spot while they're available. We've also just linked the link for you in the chat so that you can book there as well if you like. And we've got some space for the next few days. So just book in the next available time that you've got over the next couple of days. And we can just have a chat, really casual, just to see if working together is the right fit. If I can help you, I'll invite you to join us. But on this call, I want you to get a lot of value as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to audit your business model and your strategy using the scalable system, just so I can take a look at your niche, your offering, your strategy to really see what's possible for you. We're then going to take a deeper look into your coaching business to see the number one thing that's holding you back right now. As usually for most businesses, there is one thing. And when we uncover that, it actually allows your business to grow. And then thirdly, we're going to map out a 3-step custom roadmap for you to get to those 30K months. So if you'd like to have a chat with me personally, I've currently got some space open for you. And this call will really just tell me if I can help you and how I can help you. And if I feel like I can and we're aligned, then I'm just going to invite you to take the next step. You've already taken the first step by showing up today. Now it's time to take the next step towards scaling your business.
Literally in the last 2 days, I have sold $25,000 of programs and therapy. It's literally changed my life. I can send my little boy to the school that I want to take him to and pay off my car. And I just wanted to say thank you because I get to do what I love. I get to work around my son and be a mom, and just my life is just so different. And I knew in my heart it was possible. I just didn't know how to get there. And to know I can pay for groceries and I can go and enjoy my life and do it beautifully and stick to what she says, do the things, because literally it works. And yeah, it's amazing. And I'm so freaking grateful for her. So thank you so much. And if you are, not committing to the work, get your butt into gear and do it, because literally, like, she's got the steps and I did it and I followed it, and late at night and when my son was in bed, and I committed to myself, and look at the results. I sold 3 $5,000 packages literally in an hour of discovery calls, and I had a recurring client who was like, hey, I want to work with you for the year. And I said, great, that's $20,000, but I'll give it to you for 10 because you're a recurring client. And he's like, great, can you send me the details? What the fuck? It's insane. Thank you, Sophia. I'm so grateful.
I just wanted to show you that because it makes me emotional every time and gives me full body goosebumps. But, when Lani was considering joining, like, as you can hear, like, she wasn't necessarily in the best position ever. In fact, it's a lot worse than was articulated there. And yet she was super committed to her dream. She had no idea what she was doing and no clients, but she wanted clients. She wanted a different life for not just her, but for her son as well. And so she booked a call, she joined, she found a way. And yeah, now she's making 30K a month. And the case studies that you've heard me talk about briefly today, like Liz and Abby and Becky and Tara, they all have one thing in common. It's not their niche. It's not their location. It's not even their starting point. It's just that they booked a call with me and they had a conversation, and they, that conversation led them to making tweaks and changes and decisions that ultimately changed the course of their entire business and life at the end of the day. Like when I spoke about Tara earlier, she was at zero. And, last year she nearly ticked over $500,000. Do you know what I mean? That changes a family's life, like significantly. And, that's not the exception. That's the norm, because I only work with committed action takers. It's okay if you're at earlier stages of business. What matters is your drive and your desire to do big things and help people and make a difference. So if that's you, we have different programs to accommodate for different stages of business. So just book a call if you're interested in having a chat. I can see a lot of you have. So well done, Christina, and everyone else that's booked. I can see them all coming through now. But just, book a call. There's no pressure. It's literally a conversation to see if I can even help you. I only just want you to book a call if you want help and you're ready to go. You're ready to take action. You're ready to, build the business that you've potentially been dreaming of for years, right? It just doesn't have to take that long, okay? So you can choose to make 2025 the year that your business scales, or you can choose to stay stuck in the same place yet again because you let fear or your past dictate your future, making it even more difficult to grow. And the choice is simply yours. All right. So I really, really hope that you loved today. I certainly did. I loved taking you through the no-brainer offer and the organized backend and everything else so that you can really see what you do need to focus on if you want to spaciously scale, and what you don't need to focus on. I'm all about simplicity and sustainability and scalability, and that's the direction I lead my clients in as well. As for what platform and all the things you use, that can all be personalized, because that's not the thing that makes you money. It's how you leverage the platform. It's how you show up and lead yourself. It's what your offer's like. It's the quality of your messaging. All of those things is what matters. Do you only work with coaches or sales as well? I work with service providers. I work with coaches and service providers. So if you want to run an online service-based business, that's who I help. I don't work with e-commerce. I don't help with bricks and mortar businesses, online service-based industry only. I'm literally just starting out. Can you help me? Yes, I can. As I just said, we have a program for brand new coaches where you could literally know nothing and it would be the perfect space for you. It's called the 5K Fast Track. And I teach you how to fast track your results to 5K months. So if 30K months scares you, or you feel like this is a little bit a lot, then know that we have another program that's perfect for brand new coaches. But for those that want the 30K months, they're ready for the 30K months and more, or they want to work a little bit closer with me, have more support and all these things, that's what Scale School's for. We've got tier 1, which is all group support. And then we've got tier 2 for an added investment where you can add on one-on-one support with me as well. So I literally have an offer to accommodate everyone's needs and situations. So long as you are a committed action taker, you're super kind, you're coachable, and you're ready to do the work. That's actually who I work with. I can see a lot of you are booking a call right now. Just know I'm very, very strict on the 10 spots because my calendar is quite spacious for a reason, and I like to keep it that way. So I only work with a select number of people at a time because I literally just go so deep into creating everything for you in the beginning, from your ideal client profile to your offer to everything. Natalie, you just booked. I'm so excited. Super excited to speak to so many of you tomorrow. Probably only have a few spots left tomorrow by the looks now. Yep. So if you guys want to book in, I'll hang around for another minute or two to give you a chance to click that link or scan that code and just find the right time for you. It'll show in your time zone with my availability, and we've just opened up a couple of days only, really. So it really is a first in, best dressed thing for the 10 spots. Yay, I've loved this so much. I've had so much fun, guys, being able to take you through my process that has honestly changed my life. I pinch myself every day. Literally pinch myself every day. Amazing, Janine. So glad you booked. Susanna, you've booked. Michaela, you've booked. Oh my God. So I think all of you are booked. So good. I'll wait one more minute just to make sure everyone can find a spot, because if you can't find one, let me know and I'll see what I can do there to accommodate where needed. But I have had the best time, the absolute best time. And I really hope you walked away with new insights, new learnings, new breakthroughs, all of the things. If you've got any last questions, feel free to pop it in the chat though. I'm so happy to answer. Nicole, you've just booked. So good. Can't wait. Florence, thank you. Amazing. You're so welcome. You're very welcome, Karen. I would love to support you all. All of your energy tonight has just been through the roof. Very, very amazing little crowd we've got here. Love your energy. Looking forward to having a chat. I'm looking forward to it too. It's going to be great fun. So good. All right. I think most of you have booked in, to be honest, at this point. So I think I might love and leave you. So excited to speak though. Nicole, you've just booked as well. Amazing. Yeah, I'll love and leave you all now. I hope you had the best time, and looks like I'll be speaking to all of you very soon. And if you're watching the replay, scan the code, see if there's some spots, and then book in because it's not too late. Amazing. Oh no, you can't get booked on. The spots must have filled. Shannon, if you just send me a message or an email, I'll help you find a time. Right, I'll see how I can accommodate for you. I knew it would go quick. It's first in, best dress, my friends. So yeah, if you're watching the replay, just scan the code and see if there's some spots available, because we might have to open up, because yeah, a few of you have already run out. Oh no. Sweater, actually, can you maybe drop the extended link? Might have to drop that in the chat so people can book further out or something like that. Just want to make sure everyone can get a time. That didn't take long to fill up, did it? That's what happens. Nelly just booked. Amazing. Might just grab a link for some of you so that you can definitely find a time ASAP. Maybe try here. All right, test that, ladies. For those of you that couldn't get a time booked in, just check that one. Got some more calls coming through though. Laura, you've just booked in. Oh, look at the conversations I get to have over the next few days. Can I just show you guys something so cool while I wait for the last of you to book? Look at this cake I just got today. You guys get the first sneak peek. It's in my fridge right now. I should get it out, but I won't. It's literally says we hit 100K month, because I'm going to film all this content tomorrow celebrating it, because it's such a big milestone for me and my team. So I literally got a custom made cake in our branding colors. Isn't that wild? I just wanted to share that because I literally just picked it up before. Oh, amazing, Laura. You've also just booked. All right, guys, see if you can find a time just quickly before we wrap up with that extended link. See if that helps you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Just put a dash. You don't need to fill in that part. Totally fine. Just put a dash, Avasha. Amazing workshop. Yay, I'm so glad you loved it. I've had so much fun. So much fun. All right, it looks like most of you booked in, and I think that new link has solved a few problems. Avasha, yay, you've just booked in. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Perfect. Suzanne, you've just booked in. All right, looks like we solved the problem. I would say my calendar's well and truly full for now. So good. I literally think pretty much all of you booked. How wild. I love it. Kim, yay, you got a time. All right, I think that's everyone now. I'm glad you could find a time. I'm super, super excited. And I'll speak to you all soon, but I hope you all had the best time. All right, I love you all. I'll speak to you soon. Bye. See ya.